You think Vikings just raided and drank? Wrong. Their daily lives were far worse: smoky homes, ghost stories, and meals that could make you gag. This is what Vikings really ate, feared, and lived through. And it's not what Netflix told you. First, the Viking diet. Not just meat and mead. Forget the image of Vikings gnawing endless turkey legs like medieval wrestlers. Their diet was surprisingly balanced. Yes, there was meat, pork, beef, and fish galore. But they also grew barley, rye, and oats. They made bread, porridge, and even a kind of primitive granola. But here's the viral kicker. Horse meat was fair game, and so was blood pudding. And in Iceland, fermented shark so foul it still makes modern tourists gag. Oh, and beer and mead weren't just party drinks. In some cases, safer than water. Breakfast ale, anyone? Second, it's Viking homes, cosy, if you like smoke. Most Vikings lived in longhouses, wooden walls, turf roofs, and a single central fire. Sounds snug? Until you realise there was no chimney. The smoke from the hearth simply filled the room, marinating your lungs as thoroughly as the family dinner. Archaeologists actually tested it. Air quality in the house was worse than rush hour traffic. So yes, very cosy if you enjoyed slow roasting your own lungs. And third, Viking fears. Not just enemies, but the supernatural. Of course, Vikings worried about raids, bad harvests, and freezing winters, but their biggest fears often came from the unseen. Ghosts, vengeful Draugr rising from their graves, and the wrath of the gods themselves. So real was the fear that bodies were sometimes buried with huge stones on top, to pin them down just in case they decided to climb back out. Imagine ending a hard day of farming, crawling into your smoky longhouse, and wondering if your dead neighbour might come knocking for a little nightcap. So yes, beyond the blood, axes and longships, Viking life was equal parts beer, smoke, superstition, and the occasional rotten shark fillet. They might not have raided your village every day, but they did raid their own pantries, lungs, and nightmares. Cheerio.